My name is Chelsea Cannon, and I'm against the curfew because, like John said, it's not fair to those who don't do nothing. Honestly, I can see why you're doing this because of the violence. It has been a lot of violence, but I think if you focus more on what's causing the violence and where kids are getting guns and crack from, you wouldn't have to worry about our curfew. But instead of worrying about so much as when we should be going in and when we need to be going to bed and stuff, we need to focus on who's doing this, who's doing that. And when you first started, I pointed out when you said the curfew would be for 17 and younger. But if you think about it, a lot of this violence comes from kids who are like teenagers who's 17 and up. And I just think we need to focus on that too. And I think for the, more or less for the opportunities and activities, I think it should be like, there's a lot of, most of the violence comes from boys. And since I got brothers, I kind of think like them. I think a lot of the basketball courts need to be open inside because it's getting too cold for boys to be outside. And for girls, do something like in the school, like when they did it at John Martinez, they had a girls' night, and that got shut down. You got to pay for everything, so it's not fair no more. So I really think like you need to focus more on everything else other than our curfew, because if you focus on that, then you wouldn't really need to focus on our curfew. That's all I have to say.
Other questions?
Why do you think youth are involved in the activities that they're involved in as far as violence is concerned?
And like the pressure with school and the pressure with people haters and stuff, there's nothing else for them to do but do stuff that they ain't got no business in. They do stuff to keep them busy. And violence, honestly, between fighting and shooting keeps people busy. And I think if you do open up more opportunities, they won't have to lower themselves to have to do with stuff that
Thank you.
Well, I'm opposed to any curfew, and I think that this one especially doesn't function well and won't serve the community at all, and it's only effectively to hinder civil liberties. And the fact of the matter is, the image that stuck out for me in thinking about this was, if you're stopped and asked to produce something that says you're 18 or under, that's producing papers, and that's the authority being able to ask you, regardless of any circumstances that you're engaged in, to produce something and to show something and to have documentation. And it doesn't seem right. It reminds me of Holocaust images. It reminds me of less civil and less liberal times. Furthermore, I feel like this is going to be something that's really easy to evade. I don't think it'll work very well. I don't think police will be effectively able to stop youths or gauge what their age is or even be that active. And I understand why this is being imposed, and I understand that these are fairly dangerous times, relatively speaking. But in making parents be accountable for their kids and forcing them to do that just out of fear and for laws and for rules and for fines, I don't think it'll change much. I think it's attacking the policy and not trying to change it at its core. And I think it'd be more effective to implement programs. Lamont had a pretty good policy of he recommended subsidizing daycare for young parents. I think that's a much more effective way to not have parents working as hard, out doing jobs, and being able to spend more time with kids. Policies like that, instead of saying to parents, your kid must be here, you must know where they are, and you must monitor them. You're not enforcing values, you're enforcing a law that doesn't seem to take into account anyone's. I mean, I disagree strongly.
Are there any questions?
There are national issues, and those need to be dealt with on a national level. But very specifically to local government, with the authority that the aldermen have, what exactly can we do in the way of legislation, if there is such a thing, that can stop the violence? Is there...
Other than provide answers, I'm sorry. I'm not sure. I would...
Is in reference to, you see that, kids that are working, kids that are in the after-school programs, and I hear, more after-school programs, more activities. But if in instances you find that there's kids out there that are not involved in anything, or would like not to be involved, shows like pushing it towards the ones that are really at risk, what would you recommend?
Like I said, I don't think a curfew is the answer at all. I don't think that there's anything that you can do to this piece of law to make it affect those kids. I don't think it affects those kids. If you have enough moxie to go pick up a gun, I don't think you have any sort of respect for a curfew. You talk about respect in this. If there's no respect for human life, what respect is there for a law with a $75 fine? I think that those are the kids that you have to go after, certainly, but this is not the way to do it. It's instead by getting them involved early, and not forcing programs upon them to get them to be busy, but instead motivating them to do something. And I'm not sure what the answer is. I don't think there's one answer. I think our whole system is kind of messed up in the way that we've allotted so much more money. Within the school alone, you've got monies lately going to either AP programs or athletics. And so there's a whole middle neglected in terms of finances and extracurriculars and anything like that. So not just shoving a club in somebody's face, but instead sort of getting at what they want. We've neglected the middle, I feel.